So today is going to be the first questions and answers episode that I've ever done. So I asked you guys to come up with some questions that y'all would like me to answer. So I've got all of the questions written down right here so that I could go through them with y'all together, right? So we have right off the jump, we have Candyman ask, what pop is it that you have had the hardest time getting? So this is kind of a difficult question for me, and I'm going to answer it probably in a way that's really not answering it, right? So I don't really go after pops that I don't get on the first run. Now, I'll try to get it on the second run, but if I don't catch it on the second run, then I don't go to the second market looking for pops. It's just who I am, and I have such strong feelings about not going to the second market to buy pops because I don't believe in funding scalpers. So because of that, I really don't go after pops unless it really have to be a serious pop for me to go after. Let's put it that way. But I did have one pop that gave me a really hard time getting my hands on that I just did a video of not too long ago, which would have been the 1989 metallic GameStop Joker. Now, I've done a whole video on the story of that, so I'm not going to tell that story again. So if you want to see that, just jump over to the 1989 Joker GameStop exclusive. I give the whole backstory on that pop. But that was a great question. Question number 2, Wayne Deacon, I hope I said that right. Wayne Deacon asked, he says, what got me into art? This is an insane question that's going to have a very long answer that I'm going to turn into a very small answer. So I started probably drawing and doodling when I was very, very early ages of development. And what I mean by early ages of development, I think I was like 3 and 4 is when I can like start pulling back my first like doodles with me sitting down with a pencil and just drawing. And it's something that I never really gave up. My mom really encouraged it. She encouraged like the whole art side to me in a real level. So I just never really gave it up. I went from drawing and doodling to airbrushing. I went from airbrushing to tattooing. So it's something that I've just done all of my life. So I don't think that I can't go back to one thing that got me into art. It was a curiosity and a loving mother that kept me into art. Pop the Heat asked, when did I start collecting pops? Whoa, this is a question the community might not like. So I'm going to tiptoe on this answer. Okay, so I only started collecting pops probably the summer of last year, which would have been 2019. So it was probably early summer of 2019. I have seen these things on the shelf for a long, long time. And I just kind of kept going past them, not paying them much attention until I started wanting to take pictures of them, right? I started noticing that I could grab them, I could put them in different ways, I could take pictures of them, and that was going to be a really awesome picture. In some of my early Instagram, if you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom of that, you'll actually see that I've got like just straight pictures of pops, whether it was on a pier or they were in a garden. It was something to that effect, right? And that's what got me into the collecting pops. Other than that, I probably would have never looked at these guys more than once because I had seen them for so long and just kind of ignored them as long as I had seen them. Super glad now that I'm not ignoring them anymore, but I did for a really, really long time. Jose goes pop hunting. Jose, we miss you, buddy. We really do, and I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your channel. I hope that you get to check out this video, Jose. Start a new channel, man. Look, don't worry about them giving you your channel back. Go ahead and start a new one, and then let all of us as a community help you get back to the subscriber count that you were at faster than you got there before, buddy. If you're listening to this, I truly appreciate you asking me this question. I'm truly sorry that your channel got taken down, but start a new one. Start a new one quickly. Jose asked, he says, what was my first pop? So my first pop ever was Crackshot from Fortnite. Now, I was really into Fortnite. I was picking up the Fortnite guys. I was taking pictures of them, and that was just the first one. Now, Crackshot's also my favorite skin in Fortnite, but quick disclosure, I haven't played Fortnite in probably almost a year now. I mean, it's been a really long time since I've sat down and played Fortnite. Super cool game when I was playing it. I kind of got annoyed how much they kept changing the game. And I don't know if they're still doing that, but I'm sure they are because that's just the way that they keep things going and keep it interesting. But who is my favorite Funko YouTuber? Now, So that's an interesting question because I have quite a few that are my favorite YouTubers. So I have the Gasselcast that I really enjoy watching. This I think it's a husband-wife couple. Now I'm saying it's a husband-wife couple. It may not be, but it's a couple who does this. Maybe they're boyfriend-girlfriend. I don't really know, but they put on a great show. So I'm going to put them as my favorite YouTubers at this moment. Now, I have quite a few though that are all my favorites, and I don't really have favorites or I'm a little different than most people, right? I really like positive vibes. I try really hard not to get negative, and everybody tends to be my favorite. Like Jose, you're one of my favorites, and Mr. Techbot is one of my favorites, and Bearded Barbarian is one of my favorites, and so I don't really have a favorite. I have lots of favorites. So that's easy answer to that question. Let's see. Fabian asks, where is your favorite place to buy Pops? Fabian Funkos. You should know where my favorite place to buy Pops is. So I want to say that my favorite place to walk in and buy Pops is going to be GameStop. Used to be GameStop. GameStop for some reason seems like they're slacking lately more than they ever have before. So GameStop's going to be where I'm going to say like is my favorite. But then I got like a strong like ThinkGeek and an FYE. So I guess anywhere in the mall in general is probably my favorite place in person to go buy Pops. But I don't get to get there very often because it's about a 45-minute drive away from me. So I just don't make it there very often. Now, Fabian also asked, how many do I have? Fabian, this is another interesting question because I have so many that I don't really count them. I guess I don't keep up with the price of them, so I don't keep up with how many I have. The last count I did was around 200 and something. It was 200 and something was the last count I had. Now, I want to say that it's probably around 250 now. Just looking around this area, this right here is kind of where my new studio is, and I'm not quite finished. I'm not going to show it off yet. I'm going to kind of make a video of me showing this off, but it's right in. So just looking around, I would say I'm roughly bumping 250, probably somewhere in there. That's the answer. When will I retire? Fabian also asked, when will I retire? Fabian, I'm not going to retire. I'm just going to do this forever. I'm going to have fun doing it. I really enjoy doing YouTube and the videos, and I do some other stuff, but this is truly my passion. Never going to retire. Jean Marie asked, do I collect other things than Pops? I absolutely do. So I started collecting action figures when I was a wee little kid. In one of the videos with my collection, I have like the original Batmobile and Batman and Robin. So action figures was probably one of the first things that I started collecting. Then that moved into baseball cards, and you know it just kind of went from there. So I used to collect some Pez dispensers. Right now my main focus is Funko, but I'm starting to look at like Sideshow and Hot Toys and a few other things. I also collect Super Plastics, which is one of my favorite things to collect other than a Funko, but they're kind of pricey, so I just don't collect a whole lot of them. But Super Plastics would be something that I would suggest you looking at it if you just wanted to see what there is to offer out there in the side of designer plastics. Super Plastics is a good one. All right. Which is your favorite series, whether it's DC, Marvel, or TV? Jean Marie, this is a really good one too. And I used to think that DC would have been my main, and then I thought Marvel would have been my main, but here recently I discovered that I have a huge movie line of Pops that I guess I didn't even realize that I was kind of gathering that many of them. But look, when a lot of these Pops come from my childhood, so the movies come from my childhood, so it only makes sense that it's only logical that I'm going to pick up a lot of movies. I have lots of Back to the Future. I have lots and lots of just Scooby-Doo and just movies in general. So I think that my favorite series is going to be the movies and the ad icons. Those two are probably my favorite series. I guess that answered all of them. Guys, look, I really appreciate you sticking around to watch this and to just get to know me a little better. I'm glad that you asked me the questions. I mean, that really means a lot to me that y'all actually, ask questions versus me just putting that out there and nobody like asking me a question, because that just would have been awkward. So, look, I truly appreciate you sticking around for this short segment of questions and answers, the very first one that I've done. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you watching. Until next time, guys, have a good one.